Here we go.
To make it real quick and simple, so I got to YouTube and some stuff, and I came across, I believe it's called Chicken and Rice.
Hey, yo! Thanks for sharing part of your day with us. This is the Chicken and Rice Podcast. I'm Dodge P, and I'm here with my best friend, my confidant, my right-hand woman, the most beautiful girl in the world inside and out, my wife. Say hello, baby!
Well, hello, beautiful people, and welcome. I'm Ray, and I'm so excited to share our journey and everything in between with you guys. The best part about it, I get to do it with my husband and my very best friend. I really couldn't ask for anything better than that. I love you, babe. You the shh. Now let's do this.
Yo, welcome to the Chicken and Rice Podcast, episode 35. For those who can't see, I got on Chanclas, even though I was clowning my guys the other day who came to the with thong sandals on.
No, they didn't have thong sandals. They had the slides like you.
Oh, they had slides on?
Yeah, one with socks, one without socks.
You supposed to rock with me when I said they thong sandals. Come on, fam.
I got to tell the truth. I can't lie.
Yo.
I cannot lie like George Washington, right?
I don't think that was George Washington.
It wasn't?
I'm not good with my American history, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't George Washington. Was it?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
It's all lies as far as I know. So,
right.
Yeah. But listen, I want to thank everybody for checking on me. I am alive and well. She did not stab me with the fork.
No.
That was somebody else. So thanks for asking, because that's what I've been getting asking. been asked all week. So.
I said the old me, guys.
Yeah, well, they was like, oh,
Not
your
the
wife
new
gangster.
me.
I was like, yo. I said, she just like me. But, you know, I'm glad that you didn't tell the story the time I sliced you with the razor across the boobs.
Across my face.
That wasn't your face. It was your boobie.
I thought it was my face.
It wasn't, babe. Definitely wasn't playing with a razor around your face. It was your boob.
Oh, but it's okay to play with a razor around my boob.
Yeah.
I don't remember, but I thought for some reason I thought it was my face.
It definitely wasn't your face.
Okay, so what he did was put a razor against my skin, wherever it was.
Your boobie.
And sliced it, like playing, but had it on the sharp side.
I thought it was on the other side.
Why would you even play like that?
Because I like to play games.
No.
Know what?
Play stupid games.
It was
win stupid prizes.
Yeah. I won the prize. So what happened was I was, because I straight razor my face myself. So I was fucking around with the butterfly joint. You know how. So I was like, I got you. And then she was like, ow. And I was like, what? I hit you with the backside. She was like, nah.
You hit me with the front side.
I hit you in front of that little blood dripped. I was like, oh, shit. Like, yeah.
See the abuse I have to endure?
Domestic violence. Yeah. So listen, I'm good. She's good.
Yeah, we're fine.
We don't do no domestic violence. We barely argue. So,
yeah.
But I appreciate everybody for asking, because like, yo, literally motherfuckers was like, yo, she crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about? I thought they was talking about like somebody who was around us.
Were they not listening to like the full context? Like the statement in the full context?
They may have been listening to like the snippet. And so at the very end of the snippet, it was like, had it been the old me, I would have stabbed you with a fork, and then it just goes off.
Yeah. Had it been the old me, we've been together for 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the old me anymore.
Right.
That was actually the young me. The old me at my young, tender age of craziness.
See, I'd never lay hands on women or fight women, but I probably would have just like gripped you up and had you tried to beat me up or something.
And then I would have kissed you on the mouth.
Let's do that now.
No. I got lip gloss on. You don't like it when I have lip gloss
That's
on.
a fact. You know what I'm really happy?
I usually don't wear gloss, but for some reason, I like to wear it when we do this.
Oh, okay. Look good for the camera, because they're here for you. They're not really here for me. Not yet.
I hate the way I look on camera. It's weird.
You'll be all right. So, listen, I am so happy that I am old, because I know you don't, like, you ain't into rabbit holes in YouTube and who's popping and who's doing this and who's doing that. Or,
right.
Who got a podcast that's doing numbers. This clout chasing thing is crazy. Like super nuts crazy. So I'm just glad I was outside. So I was a teenager and a young man in a time where if you say you had something, like you had to show that you had it. like in person. You couldn't just show it in pictures.
Right.
So I'm not gonna say these guys' names because I'm going to tell you, like, for the last, what's today? Okay, for the last 4 days, I've been down this rabbit hole because of these young dudes who have been, they finessing the world.
Okay.
With teaching other people game, quote unquote game.
What, like IG or something like that? Like,
YouTube. So basically, here's what happens. When you watch a lot of YouTube, you get suggested videos. So I could be watching something, about relationships, and then YouTube will suggest that I watch this. So one day they suggested these guys who were supposedly teaching losers how to pick up chicks. The game. Sure. Right. Excuse me. Only this game is whack as shit because all they really do is bring chicks into the studio and like kind of degrade them, which is weird.
What?
Yeah. So they bring chicks, mostly bimbos, young girls, probably between, I'm going to say 21 and 28.
Okay.
So they all young and dumb. They bring them into the studio, and one dude is supposed to be giving them game or teaching guys how to talk to these chicks, but he doesn't know how to talk to them. The other dude is kind of like a puppet. I see him as a puppet. So when I first heard that they was teaching guys game, I just wanted to watch a video. I watched 5 minutes of it. I said, something's wrong. Something's really wrong here. This is no part of the game. Like the shit that they're saying or telling dudes to do or the way they're talking to women, no part of the game. One of the other dude has like a pickup video where, let me preface this by saying this. We both read the book, The Game.
Right.
So when I read it, I was blown away about all the shit that was in the book.
It was very interesting, but a lot of it comes naturally to guys who just naturally have game.
Right.
So you were already doing a lot of stuff in the book that you didn't even know was the thing or
right.
that attracted the opposite sex.
Right.
So it was interesting.
Right. So read the book front to back. I said, yo, you got to read this because this shit is interesting. And, in case some dude come up on you, you'll recognize it before it even happened. So these guys supposed to be teaching these other guys game. Well, one dude was in the field trying to pick up chicks, doing all the wrong shit, approaching from behind, like damn near chasing chicks down, asking chicks their name, doing like the interview style questions, like leading with his value instead of making her demonstrate higher value. It was all backwards. And I said, this shit is insane. These guys are charging $1,000. Get your money, fam. $1,000 an hour to Skype call other losers who have trouble picking up chicks. Yeah, I was so confused. But over the last 4 days, they've been getting called out. So people have been exposing them. Come to find out, they're clout chasing. They won't bring chicks onto their very popular podcast unless the chicks want to sleep with them. It is nuts. Like, yeah, this thing, I see your face. This thing is taking on a whole nother level because somebody called them out. They swear that they're alpha males. They're not doing any alpha male stuff. So one dude called them out and he was like, your wife is probably a fat whale. All this other stuff that was just all beta male stuff. I know it's real sketchy the way I'm explaining it, and I'm doing a terrible job of it, but these guys, I think that they have flattened their own tires on their car. Because when they went on this rant, they lost about 50,000 subscribers in like 4 days.
Mm. Well, I mean, you're always gonna get exposed. It's whether it's now, tomorrow, a year, 10
right.
years, you're gonna get exposed. So, I mean, it was just a matter of time. But if you're doing it so sloppily,
yeah,
and it's on camera and on people are paying all this money and
right.
they're still not getting chicks. It's like,
right.
I'm paying you, but the results are not what I paid for.
Some people pay for the company though. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I've never been like a loser dude, but I can only imagine like if I was a loser, I would probably pay somebody to be my friend, I guess, for that hour.
$1,000?
Listen, it's a different time. I don't know.
Yeah, let's talk about this time. This time is stupid.
Yeah, this time is corny.
It's so dumb.
Mm-hmm. Why are you looking? Looking at me like I'm dumb.
I'm not. I'm just saying. I'm just giving you the look like, yo, we agree on this.
So that's right.
Like we're from. I feel like it's supposed to be my generation, but this is not my generation.
No, these guys are probably a generation behind you.
A generation. But what is this? X, Z, Y.
I don't know none of that shit.
W. I think it's supposed to be like. I think I'm in their same generation, even though I'm off by like a decade.
I don't know none of that. Baby boomer,
Yeah.
X, Y, Z, millennials. Like, I don't know. I think G's a millennial.
I think I'm a millennial. Look up.
Let me see. I don't think you're a millennial.
What the year for millennial is to what? But I thought that my birth year is like fits within that.
Oh.
See?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be me.
No, wait. Or millennials. Why? Or millennials were born. Boomer. Why? Or millennials were born between 81 and 96. They are currently between 25 and 40 years old.
So I'm supposed to be a millennial.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that.
You don't want to be millennial?
No. I'm not claiming that time because they're always like millennials, this millennial. No, because nope, nothing like that.
I can understand it though, because we had a dude who worked in the mailroom. And this is how I found the game. Because he didn't know how to talk to chicks. He had come over from another country. He had come over from Haiti. And he would just have trouble like with chicks. So I was talking to the dude I work with. I was like, yeah, we got to get him a book or something though, so that he can read it. You know what I mean? And so we went to Barnes and Nobles and we looked over all these books. I picked up a book, the book looked like the Bible.
It looks like a Bible.
I was like, holy shit, what is this?
The gold sides and everything.
The gold leaf pages, right. Had the red page divider in it, black cover with the gold letters. I was like, oh, let me picked it up, read a few pages. I was like, this is the book. Gave it to him. He never read it. So I took it back from him and I read it. And I was like, yo, this is the best book
and
ever.
And then I read it.
Then you read it. And it was very entertaining.
It was very entertaining.
So when a regular dude can tell me in the first chapter that he probably, well, people who are watching are my age. When the dude tells me that he picked up Scott Bale's girlfriend while Scott Bale was right there, I said, this is the guy for me. And so that's pretty much how the book started, right?
I think so. I read it over 10 years ago, but
so that's how the book started. It only got better from there.
Yeah, it was very entertaining for sure. But it gave some good pointers too.
It gave a lot of good pointers.
And they were charging money for this, but this was actual game. Like they actually took you out in the field for real, took you out to the clubs,
right.
Took you out, all that, and just taught you, yo, say this, do this. And,
this is how you approach. This is how you approach a 3-set.
And then it was like,
set.
right. And then it was like all their jargon.
Yeah.
And it was like peacocking and,
right.
Whatever. And negging the girl. And
exactly.
Yeah. So it was interesting. It was a very, very good book. So definitely recommended by Neil Strauss.
Yeah. If you having trouble, or you
just want to read a good book that's entertaining.
Definitely entertaining. And is a true story and has spawned all of this stuff that we're seeing now.
Artists.
Yeah, the pickup artist joint.
Yeah.
But these guys are so dirty that they would do the infield training, but then they would have other dudes in the club upselling them for more courses after they would only teach them a certain part, right? And then when they got to the club, they would have other dudes in there upselling more stuff. Kind of like when you go to a free real estate investing seminar and you get there, and then when you get there, they say,
like some basic stuff.
Yeah, you get all the basic shit. Then they're like, here, buy our course, buy our advanced seminar for $30,000. Nah, I'm good, fam. I could buy a house for $30,000.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna buy your course for $30,000, and then I'm not guaranteed to make it. So
right.
Yeah, but these guys are crazy. So there's a whole. You ever heard of the manosphere?
No.
Yeah. So there's a whole manosphere who's kind of attacking these guys now, and I love it. Because I hate scam artists. I don't like scam artists. Make money, but God damn it, don't scam people out of their hard-earned money. You know what I mean? Some
people are so gullible though. Like I feel bad, but then it's like, how can you not know? Like they're telling you, like obviously you're not getting the right reaction from girls that you are expecting to after paying this money.
Well, that's true. With these guys, definitely true. Because with the Neil Strauss joint, like it seemed like every dude at least was able to score.
Yeah.
So there are dudes who are like doing terrible scoring. Like they're not scoring. But what if I told you that the dude who's teaching the course ain't even scoring? He's paying for it. So how can you teach me how to pick up chicks and score if you got to pay for all your chicks? That's the nutty part. People are calling them out on it, and chicks are like with receipts. Like this shit is nuts.
You can't get away with anything today. Let's just say that first.
Right.
Whether it's a DM, whether it's a text message, since screenshots came about, you're screwed. If you like doing, dirty stuff,
right?
You're gonna get exposed. People are gonna keep stuff. You piss somebody off. They're gonna figure out, go back 8,000 weeks, see who your girlfriend is, find a tag somewhere, or if she commented, click on her thing, DM her, send her the receipts. Like, you can't get away with anything nowadays.
Yeah.
Unless your partner doesn't have like any type of social media.
Yeah.
You might be able to get away with it.
Yeah.
But nowadays, literally, there's full-on detectives. Like, some of these people's careers should be detective work. Because they be like zooming in and like looking at how many like they really get into it. Like I have girlfriends that are like, well, look at this. I'm like, look at what? They're like, zoom, zoom, zoom. I'm like,
are you serious?
They're like, look at this dot. And I'm like, cool.
Yeah.
So that means this. And I'm like, okay, if you say so.
I did something over the last like 4 days also while I've been in this rabbit hole that probably gonna shoot myself in the foot. Very hard for me to do.
What?
So on Instagram, I've been going down my feed and just liking every post unconsciously, even if I didn't like it. I've just been liking it.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like why not?
Because maybe you don't like some of the stuff that's being posted.
I know, but I just wanted to try something different.
Oh, okay.
Because it's free. Like liking is free. I feel like it's support. I ask people to support us all the time, so maybe they do the same thing. Yeah, but it was tough. So I didn't. Yeah,
I won't do that because there's stuff I see. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What? I'm gonna like it just to make you feel better?
Sure,
like, no,
not?
I don't like it. It was a dumb post. I'm not gonna like it.
I did that. Except for like, I'm gonna say people that I follow, not like corporations or people who do like joke pages, but like just regular people go through and like everything. So I think I feel better doing it.
Okay, if it makes you feel good, makes you feel better, then
I had to practice because the first day I was like, ooh, I'm really sure I like that photo, but I liked it anyway. Yeah, it was.
I don't know what you're on right now.
On nothing.
I don't know what you're on
I'm on
right now.
YouTube right now.
Okay, are we done with like YouTubing and IGN and likes and
Sure
weird stuff?
Sure.
Okay, let's talk about something else and something, totally opposite from all that.
Okay.
So yesterday we ended up watching a movie called City of Lies.
Oh.
And we definitely recommend it. It is about the whole Biggie shooting. And I feel like 24 years or so has passed. And this was like, how many things they're gonna make on this? Like, what are they gonna tell us that we don't already know?
A lot.
And this was actually like very interesting. And it is based on a true story. They tweak little things here or there, but for the most part, it is based on a true story. And it was very interesting. I learned a lot. And if there's one thing I can't stand is some dirty ass cops.
True.
So I have a question for you. So in this particular scene, without giving the movie away, but these cops were like pretty much gangsters and, working for Suge. And the one guy was, they was like, if you don't tell us we're going to, for a robbery or whatever for this bank, we're going to give you 15 years. He laughed. He said, I know people who are in jail for life and I put them there. He's like, matter of fact, give me 20 years. I ain't talking. So my question is, would you rather? Me
personally.
Would you rather personally have 10 years or no, have 5 years with $5 million. Just do whatever you want, go see, do whatever. But then you have to do 10 years. Is that worth it for you for living the fast life with a lot of money or a good amount of money? I mean, almost $5 million doesn't even sound that much anymore today.
Right,
but
right.
Okay, so let's say 2 years, $5 million or 10 years. But afterwards, you get locked up for 10 years for robbing this bank or doing this, living this crazy fast life or whatever. Is that worth it to you? Like,
and so you said we're not giving away. So we're not giving away the movie or the scene.
No, I'm just asking you personally. I was just giving a little bit of what was the thing, but he was basically living fast and whatever. But now he's gonna do 15 years. Like, is that worth it to you just to live all crazy and fast for a short period of time and then and then stare at a concrete wall for 10 years? Not me. Freedom is priceless.
I would do the time first and then get the money.
That wasn't my question.
It's the same thing, though.
It's not the same thing. Because when you come out, it's going to be broke.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I want to do the time. That's why I want to do the time first.
You would really do 10 years in prison for $5 million?
I think he got away with, I think $5 million was what that bank normally had.
No, I'm not talking anything about the movie.
Yeah.
I just was putting a situation in there, and the dude was basically like, yo, I'll do the time. They only ended up getting like $700,000. But I'm just personally asking you, no, ain't no amount of money that I'm going to spend 10 years of my life, my golden years, this is the time I want to live. Oh my God. Motherfuckers would do anything for money, and it's pretty pitiful.
That's $5 million.
And that's 10 years of your life.
At this point,
you're going to come out and you're not going to know what the hell is out there, because in 10 years, the technology is going to be completely different.
True too.
We're going to lose another 20 or 30 years.
At this age, no.
You got to get so specific. Just answer the damn question.
20 years old, yes. This age, no, I wouldn't do it. I would, shit. $5 million.
Hell to the no. No.
Mm-hmm.
No. You give me $5 million, I might do 1 year. I might do.
That's not the deal.
1 year. Exactly. So the answer is no.
Shit. I'll give you half, and then you wait. You spend $2.5 million. You'd be good with $2.5 million. Right or wrong?
Yes. Fork is about to come out. The fork is about to come out.
See what I'm saying?
Then I will get time for nothing.
All right. I got a relationship question.
Okay.
I already know the answer, but
all right.
I'm going to tell you what I heard this woman say.
Okay.
She said, all right, let me preface this by saying, imagine during sex, you loved, like your shit was for me to say, tickle your big toe with a feather.
Okay.
And that's joint like, yo, every time, tickle my toe with a feather. Big toe with a feather. She said that she would go 8 to 10 months without doing the thing that her husband at the time loved the most, and that he better deal with it. I was like, I could see why she had been divorced 3 times. That shit don't make no sense to me.
Was what he loved out of this world?
Excuse me.
Like, did he want her to dress up as a cat and
Absolutely.
then do like a flip somersault and then roll around and then meow at him? Like, was
Absolutely
it something like that?
Not.
Okay, then.
It was as simple as,
tickling.
I want you to tickle my big toe with a feather. She was adamant about it. And I said, oh, I could see why she's been divorced 3 times.
Yeah. So your question to me is what?
Do you think that's crazy?
Absolutely.
That shit is nuts.
I think it's very crazy. If I'm not asking for anything out of this world.
I promise you it wasn't.
So I would basically, so me being a woman or me being the dude, what would I do?
Either or.
Like if this was you telling me let's say I liked it when you tickled my big toe and you said, no, I'm not going to do it.
For 10 months.
For 10 months, for any particular reason?
Just because I don't feel like it.
Would the person be okay with me not touching them or whatever for the 10 months?
I don't know, because at that point, when I heard that, I kind of just went back to everything that she had said before that, mainly why she had been divorced. I think it was 3 times. It may be more. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, she just got issues. If I like that, if you want to make me happy and this is what I like and it's nothing crazy, then you should be able to do it. And if you don't, just because you want to be, a BI, then, I could be an ass too. And I could just go fuck around or do something else.
That's what I said. I said, then the dude could just get, or the chick could just get, you could just go get your big tickle toad. Your big toe tickle from somebody.
Basically,
that shit to me is nuts.
Yeah, listen, I don't know why some people even want to be married or in a relationship when they have these crazy quirks with them, because a lot of people, well, you know what? A lot of people do put up with a lot of BS.
That's true.
There are people who, hell no. What's wrong with you? Like, if you don't want to do that, cool. All right, well, then I don't want to do this, and I don't want to take you to dinner, and I don't want, how would you like that?
I feel like once you start...
Be tit for tat at this point.
Once you start not doing stuff that your person likes just out of spite, you causing,
friction for no reason.
And you starting a snowball effect of other things to happen.
Yeah, and then everything you do is just going to annoy him, and it's just stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I was confused when I heard it. I'm just like, yo, what? Relationships are not that hard.
They're not that hard. People make it difficult. Make it difficult. Yeah. It shouldn't be hard. It should be effortless if it's right. It should be easy.
That's true. I agree. Listen.
And we used to always think, relationships are hard. Relationships, no, I don't think so. If you both respect each other, if you both, are very considerate of each other,
right?
It shouldn't be hard at all.
I agree.
Now, if there's different things in the mix, like money issues or whatever, I understand there will be, some disagreements and some stuff like that. But that's where the communication comes in. If you guys can't communicate with each other, and you end up screaming and yelling and calling each other out your names, then that's going to be, a problem. So it's so weird when we argue, because we don't argue. So then it just goes to silent for a second. And then it's just like, nah, it's weird. Okay, we're cool. We squashed it.
I don't even know when the last time we argued.
A few years, maybe.
I know. I'm just saying that because you said it like we argue a lot.
We don't argue.
But that's what people are going to take from it. Oh, you said you don't argue, and then, you just said when we argue.
No, we don't. I don't remember the last time we argued at all. It's not even, that's not even cap.
Yeah, I don't even know what it was about, if it was about anything.
Probably not.
Probably something stupid.
But literally we just give each other space when we need it. Like, you're in your office a lot. I relax and watch TV a lot while you do what you do, and then we spend time together. It's not hard. I don't think it's hard.
I'm not gonna hold you. I used to be like, I could go 3-4 days without saying something to a person.
I'm funny like that too. I don't need to speak. I can actually just sit in a room or at work or whatever and just literally not say anything to the person. Not trying to be an ass or anything like that, but I'm okay. I'm content with not speaking.
I meant after argument.
Oh, after arguing. No, me is just
or not even arguing. Just, oh man, I like barbecue on my chicken. You ain't put barbecue on my chicken. I ain't talking to you for 4 days.
Yeah, well, that wasn't with me, because we.
No, I'm just saying that.
Definitely would have. Then we would have had some arguments.
Yeah, you'd have put some barbecue on my chicken. That's right.
Barbecue sauce?
Barbecue. Something. Sauce. Flakes. Something.
The hell is a barbecue flake?
What
is a barbecue flake? If someone can tell me what a barbecue flake is, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Oh, you about to get flooded with DMs about what a barbecue flake is.
Is that a Connecticut thing?
It's a Philly. It's a Logan thing.
No, it's not.
Go.
Barbecue flake.
Yeah.
No.
Made by Lowry's.
No. I'm Cambodian. I don't use Lowry's.
What do you use?
I use salt. Salt.
And that's it? Okay.
I mean, but Lowry's is seasoned salt, right? I use salt, and sometimes I use sazon. But for the most part, I don't use Lowry's.
Okay. I'm just telling you what the barbecue flake is. That's why you don't know what it is.
There you go.
Because you don't use it.
Exactly.
But if I wanted it, you would use it.
Then you go buy it. What else you got?
I'm looking.
It's gonna be a short show today.
It is going to be a short show.
She sells
What's it,
seashells on a seashore.
Listen, last thing that I have.
Okay.
I get up at 4:20. My alarm goes at 4:20. So I go play basketball. I'm at the gym by 5. I realize that I do not like talking in the morning. I got there today. Young boy talked my ear off for about a half hour before like we started playing, because today guys trickled in like slowly. We had about 14 guys today. Young boy was talking my ear off. And I wanted to just say, could you just be quiet and not talk yet? I need to get warmed up. When we used to get up like around the same time, it was a pleasure to wake up and start having a conversation with you. I'd never done that before in my life. Wake up and just start having conversation. This morning, that shit pissed me off. I'm like, yo, it's 5 o'clock. Why do you have so much to talk about at 5 a.m.? Just all random shit. Like, dude.
We never really got up at the same time. I was getting ready to go to bed when you were getting up.
This was early.
Before I worked at night?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was like...
It was a very long time ago.
That was the beginning.
Right.
Okay.
But even now when you get up, you're very happy. Like, you very jolly and shit. Oh, hi, babe. When you wake up, you come down. Like, if you had a tail, that shit would be wagging back and forth.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Me and Travis both be like this.
Like, and I'm just like, oh, this shit is great. Because some people wake up and have, like, some people wake up like and feel like I did this morning when people just start talking to them.
Right.
Because I feel like I need to, like, get revved up.
Right.
Because when I crawl out of bed, I tell people all the time, like, yo, it's a lot of days I don't get out of bed to go play basketball just because I want to lay next to you. And they don't understand that either, because some motherfuckers just can't wait to jump out of bed. So much so that they don't even go to sleep. They just get up and be at the gym as soon as it open at 4 o'clock. I'm like, yo.
God. Yeah. I mean, I go to... So, to go back to my happiness in the morning, this is on 3 hours of sleep.
Sure.
And I'm wagging my tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, but by 2 o'clock, lights out.
Right.
Crash. Yeah. Hard.
So, dude, I like you, but yeah, just a little bit. Like, wait until at least the first game start. Because I had to just turn my music up really loud.
Yeah, there's definitely some people who can really just yap. Like, it's not even talking at this point. You're just yapping. Like,
that's what it felt like.
Like, what are you even talking about? I have no idea what you just said, and you just talked for 20 minutes straight.
Right.
Like, you're talking, but you're not really saying anything. So I don't really know. It's yapping.
And
that's what it is.
I think he was talking about his... I know what he was talking about. I'm not going to repeat it. But he was talking about it. I was like, yo, I just don't want to hear about this shit like at 5 a.m. It's some shit I don't want to hear about.
Right.
Let's talk about music. Let's talk about some other, this other shit you talk about. I don't want to hear about it. One thing that did happen, though, somebody said, oh, who do you get to battle Jay-Z in the verses? That's what I did, right? And then I said, there's only one person. There might be two. The one person you have to do it for the culture with is Nas. Right. Versus, because they only get 20 songs.
Right.
So I think Nas can hang with them for 20 songs.
And they actually battled for real. Like, they actually had their little, ether and all that good stuff, Super Ugly and everything. So they did actually kind of lyrically battle a little bit. Nas killed him, but...
Ethered him?
Yeah. He poisoned him for sure.
Right. But my opinion is, and don't shoot me for this, excuse me, I think there's a point where Nas started to be stagnant and Jay-Z kept going.
Yeah, for sure. And I love Nas and I love Jay. Jay is probably my favorite rapper of all time.
Right. So, but I said for 20 songs, it's gonna be nuts.
Yeah.
So I said, Nas, you had to do that for the culture. And then I said, you know who I said next? I said probably Drake.
Drizzy. So.
And he agreed, kind of.
Right. But it's just, I guess if you're doing it more just for the music instead of like the time period.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because he was a decade and a half.
Right.
Before Drake even came out.
Right.
Or so, a decade. Yeah, a little over a decade. So it's like it doesn't really, but hits wise and music and lyrically, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's what I said. I said, yo, and I was surprised that he agreed because we had a conversation. He actually listens to the podcast a lot, and he was like, yo, I kind of agree with you when I went back and I listened to Drake's verse on Aston Martin Music, and I was like, yeah. I said, that shit gave me chills just from a hip-hop standpoint, like a punchline standpoint, like everything he was saying. And I was like, it felt like it came out like 6 months later after Aston Martin Music dropped. I felt like we didn't hear Drake's verse for like 6 months. And then all of a sudden, like, yo, where was this? But he agreed. And I said, for 20 songs, he would shoot him a fair one.
Right. I've actually never even watched one versus. I haven't watched any.
I watched the Locks.
The Locks one?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I just heard that was a massacre.
That shit was
You know what's crazy?
embarrassing.
Wait, so I saw this video that Jim Jones did because he had caught COVID.
Right.
And he was saying, you know, it knocked him out. Like, he thought he was Superman, knocked Superman out, whatever. And, you know, I had to read the comments. And people were like, Jadakiss made him sick.
What do you mean Jadakiss made him sick? What does that mean?
At the verses, because he killed him.
Oh.
He made him sick. Like,
they
were crushing him in the comments. And I'm just like, oh, man. Yeah, they were just saying a whole bunch of slick stuff or whatever. But
the Locks was.
I heard they
was borderline
murdered.
Disrespectful.
Yeah, they just murdered. Like I heard, but to me, Dipset isn't lyrical.
Right.
They're not lyrical at all.
Right.
So that was gonna be hits wise. They both had hits for that time, but
it's different.
Yeah, no.
Because the Locks are like friends as well, so they see each other damn near every. Like
so
they do.
Who do you think would have been a fair? Who it would have been a fair fight with the Locks? Who do you think? What group at that time? Because sometimes they say the verses aren't picking the right people. Like they don't feel like some of these people, like they said, Jeezy destroyed Gucci.
The same way Rick Ross destroyed 2 Chainz.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like it needs to be a little more equal. Like I don't even know how 2 Chainz and
question.
Rick Ross. Like I don't even get that. And I like them both in their own right.
Right.
2 Chainz don't be saying shit, but I like his music.
Right.
You know.
That's a good question. God.
And another part, who would you want to see do a versus? Group, guy, girl, singer, whatever.
I would definitely like to see Jay
and Drake. Okay.
Yeah. Just because at one time there was kind of like a beef there too. Like, but I don't think anything will ever be as disrespectful as Locks.
Okay, so who would have made a good
shit against the Locks?
Yes.
What other groups were out back then? Like, I don't know, because I can't recall at this point, like real groups, like people collaborated, you know what I mean? A lot of people say, oh, well, it could be Young Guns or something. Like, no. Like the Locks, they're indestructible. Like,
okay, who do you think would have been, let's say we take it to Philly, so like early 2000s, State Property.
No,
I'm not talking about battling the Locks. I'm saying like who would you think would be able, so to me it has to make sense.
Right.
The 2 people you're putting together.
Right.
So I guess they're both from New York, Dipset around the same time, but like their music was very different.
I think Dipset may have been a little bit later.
A little bit, teeny bit later than the Locks.
I think the Locks were like 97, 98 maybe.
I don't know, but to me, that was coming.
They
should have known. They should have known. Yeah. That wasn't right.
Well, I guess some people are saying that the Dipset didn't line up the right songs.
But then they were saying Joel's had on like 18 things.
He had on like 20 scarves.
They were like, why he looked like a laundry pile in the corner of the room?
Listen,
like,
it was so disrespectful. Like Jada snatched the thing off his head.
No, he didn't.
This is how disrespectful this versus was. Like, it was to the point.
And there was no hands thrown?
No hands. Like, I think the whole time people were on edge, and I know this is old news, but people were on edge like, yo, it's about to be a fight. Like, motherfuckers like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like, it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was another thing when Jim Jones said that he had COVID. He's like, well, Jaden said COVID was in the building. Like, there was just anything. I was like,
listen.
they were just like destroying him. I was like, wow, in the comments.
It was nasty.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know what to tell you, but I would, if I had the choice, I would like to see Jay and Drake do it. But I got to be honest with you, I had Jay, like all the shit that I like from Jay and State Property and the ROC, like, on a playlist today, and I forgot like some of the shit that's out there. How many bangers
that was out there?
Yeah. So I was just like, oh.
But even like with State Prop, and you know they had Oskino, right, and Sparks, and then you had Petey, and then you had Freeway, and then you had Young Guns, and then you had Beanie. You had a lot of different, and they all had hits. They all had hits.
Right.
And then it just kind of went left.
I would like to see maybe Beanie. Scarface. I think that would be a fair one.
I don't listen to enough of Scarface's music. I can't say if I agree or not with that because I don't listen to enough, like I said, of his music. I don't know enough of his music.
Right. Then my guy was like, oh, well, Jay wouldn't do it. I said, I don't know. Old Jay might do it.
You know what they said that did not make sense to me at all?
What?
That people wanted to see? Usher and Chris Brown. I said, first of all, they're not even in the same. Usher came out in the early 90s. Usher started singing when he was,
I got Usher.
13 or 14. Definitely Usher. The new school is going to say Chris Brown. But no, Usher. Usher is probably my favorite R&B singer. You know, some people might call him a little poppy, but R&B. Like, absolutely will crush Chris Brown.
Right.
Chris Brown has a lot of hits. But Chris Brown, to me, I do like his music, but it annoys me sometimes that his music is just all over other people's beats.
Mm-hmm.
Most of his music is just all over other people's beats. So, but Usher all the way. But to me, that doesn't make sense. You got a dude that came out in the mid, 2000s? And then you got someone who came out in the early 90s. It's not even the right decade. Like, I don't know.
But that's weird. What they said. That's what they thought was going to happen with the Locks and Dipset. They thought because Dipset was more newer, was more recent, that people would just, they thought it would be a runaway.
Yeah, but Dipset is still old to people. The new people don't even know who Dipset is.
That's true too.
You know, we're already in 2021. So when we're talking about music in the late 90s, some of these kids are 20 years old. They were babies when this music came out.
Oh.
So wait. So I have on my back real quick about people being born like late 90s and stuff.
Right.
So, you know, when I'm at work, I wear a corset, and it is a strapless corset. And I have my hair up a lot because I don't like my hair in my face, and they smoke at my job, so my hair stinks of cigarette smell. So at work the other day, this guy was like, can I see your tattoo? And you can only see but a little bit because my corset covers it. But you can kind of see the mask. I have a mask. I have a theme back there. And he was like, oh, that's so dope. What is that, like a samurai? Like, just didn't know. And I'm like, look closer. I was like, put the light on your phone, look at it. Do you know where that mask is from? He's like, no. I was like, what year were you born?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, well, how old do you think I am? I was like, I don't know, 23, 24?
Right.
He's like, you about right. I said, oh, my bad. This is my favorite movie, but it came out in 2000, so you was like 2 years old.
Yeah.
So they don't know. And I'm just like, it blows my mind because I'm like, yo, I was in high school or just finished high school. Well, I was in high school when I saw the movie, and it's literally my favorite movie. And people have no idea what this is. And I'm like, I forget you were a baby when this came out. It's nuts.
I gotta be honest with you. I didn't watch it for years until it came out.
That was me with Titanic. I didn't see Titanic until I watched it with you. It came out oh my God. I was in high school when it came out. Mid-90s. Right. I didn't see it until 2010, 2011, maybe 12.
But it was worth the wait.
I wasn't that impressed.
I was. I liked it.
I was. Okay, so people are probably going to hate me for that, but because people are like, Titanic's my favorite movie. It's the best movie in the world. It was sad, for sure, and the fact that it was, based on a true story. But I was so disappointed after waiting, let's just say 16, 17 years, right, to watch it.
Okay.
And what people were talking about. And I was just like, to me, the saddest part of the whole thing was the old couple that laid in the bed while the water was rising and they knew they were about to die together. That was the saddest thing in the movie for me. I did not cry. And it just wasn't what I expected. I thought it was just going to be out of this world where I was like, why did I wait so long to watch this? Why everyone said it was so great? It broke box office numbers. No, I was not impressed.
It took me a while to watch. I loved it. I was like, yeah, why did I wait so long to watch this?
I went to the movies and watched it with my friend. I still remember.
I was the same way about the Blue People. Avatar.
Avatar was great, yeah.
Right.
Well, okay, so they didn't tell you what the hell the movie was about. They just showed this weird creature.
Right.
And I'm like, what is this? Like, what? And then when you watch it, you're like, yo. And I'm like, I don't even know what it's about. And
right.
then we watched it. Okay, great movie. But tell us something.
Basically, I was like, I'm not going to see no Blue People. I already watched the Smurfs when I was young. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not. But I was like, holy shit.
It was a great movie.
Yes.
It was a great movie.
Oh, speaking of young people, I had on Lex Freaky Ty.
Okay.
I didn't know who Freaky Ty was.
Well, how old are these people?
I was just confused. He was at least 25. Come on.
That's the age to me that's young. Now that I look at 25 as being young, because our son is not far off of that. And he was just, to me, he was just a kid not too long ago. 25, he's only a couple years older than G.
Yeah. I'm done. What? Noriega, what?
Who would be a good versus for Nori? He wasn't saying shit. Nori didn't say nothing. Something but arroz con pollo and...
They said that Nori was going to do a versus against somebody, and I was like, nah.
I have to really think about all the people that were around this certain time and who was most comparable to like battle each other. Yeah.
I love Drink Champs though.